The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.
In the words of my boy Tease, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up with y'all?
What up? What up?
How's everybody feeling today, man?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great tonight, man. I feel like a lot of winners are coming on tonight.
That's what I'm talking about.
These books.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bullshit. I'm ready to see some ass tonight. Let's go.
That's how I feel too.
Oh, let's go.
I feel a 7-0 streak coming tonight.
Man,
that's all we need. That's all we need.
That's what I'm talking about. I felt the broom too. I felt it like early this morning. Like, you know what? I'm fed up. It's time to go. It's time to put pressure. Apply pressure, baby. Let's apply pressure. But yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Got out of a good meeting today. Might be doing some dual streaming on the platform TV. Which has an app on the Roku, so anybody with a Roku could come check us out on there live as well. And I have a quick promo. They do all kinds of stuff over at the platform, singing, rapping, all different genres, all kinds of stuff going on over there. And we're gonna get involved because some of my good peoples, and we got a lot of space for some local events. Mr. Winetime, we got plenty of space for local events. And everything we can do, and we got access. So let me run up a trailer for the platform. Y'all check this out. The platform. They got an event coming up this weekend for the Raiders by some young lady named Angela Carrera or something like that. But this is how I looked at their last event.
Raiders Nation!
Raider fans, wave your hands, feel vibrations in the stands.
If you're a Raider fan, go ahead and wave your hands. Go ahead and wave your hands. Go ahead and wave your hands. If you're a Raider fan, go ahead and wave your hands. Go ahead and wave your hands. Go ahead and wave your hands.
Yeah.
Freestyle action there, huh?
Yeah, and the platform, by the way, has worked on the Boss and the Sauce show before, because that's who did our original edit of the Boss and the Sauce intro that you guys see, which is really, really old now. We had that for a while, huh, Big Ragu?
Yeah, about 6 years strong.
Yeah, we had that for a while, but that's who did that, and we're going with the platform. I'm going to put in the chat the link to the app. They also have an app to that one on Apple, so if you got an iPhone, you can check it out. But that's a little house business. Let's talk college football. 7 weeks. It doesn't really feel like 7 weeks this year. I mean, really, it really hasn't felt like 7 weeks so far. But we here 7 weeks in. And it still seems like in some, like the Big 12, it's like anybody's race. SEC is up for grabs. ACC, okay, we got a little domination over there. Miami's kind of holding it out strong over there, and Clemson kind of fell off. But they still got a couple lurking in the water too. You know, they're one loss away from, to being even again. So all these are really, Notre Dame even has a chance to make the playoffs still. I mean, it's just there's no set division in most conferences right now. So
yeah, there'll be multiple teams coming out from the Power Four in each conference. Once they get into the playoffs, it's going to be wide open. So, like this is last week was a big week. I think how did we do overall? I know we had some good plays that we gave out on the show last week with some totals and some sides. The Army, the Air Force, Navy total went way over. You guys had some great plays on sides. And we're back on the same MO here today, guys. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, my man Don Player, Huey Hoslub in the house, and of course our guy X Nizzle in the house. But yeah, it's just interesting. Yeah, I've actually I got to really count up my numbers and see exactly where I'm at. But I do have it documented this year. But I've been doing okay. Money wise, I've been doing okay. I mean, on the real side of handicapping, we give out our plays and all that, but we still have impulse plays we do and live plays and other stuff like that. So I might have went fair, in the picks category that I've got on the show and the internet, but I've been doing fine financially. And I've been coming back in NFL, which I don't really put up a lot of my NFL stuff. But I've been hitting the big boss 3-teamer, Big Ragu.
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row.
You got to keep that action rolling. Keep that action.
But that's with hedging out though, because it's all set up for the last game for the head. So, but anyway, it was winning tickets 3 weeks in a row on that one. So, shout out to the NFL, man. And Miss Moose Money Bets is in the house right here. He said, "Let's get ways to throw rocks at squirrels. You got to mess a tree by where he live." I sent you the invite too, Moose Money. So when we get to the 6:30 mark, we can start letting in some guests if we have some. Big shout out to Fat Wally from Texas. My guy. Yeah, Wally's in the house, man. Shout out to Fat Wally, man. Long time low bagger right there. You better believe it. Let's see here. Let's go right into biscuits and gravy, huh? Get right into this stuff.
Okay.
Give up on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me?
Ooh, let's jump right into it right here, man. This week's biscuit and gravy looks chunky right there. Let me get this banner off of here. I'm liking it. I'm like, how do you guys think that looks right there? It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Let's clean that up a little bit right there. Now
I'm scared of them fucking short numbers, man. They scared the shit out of me. The funny thing about it is if you look at the Mizzou game, the USC game, the Colorado game, BYU. I know the Colorado at USC and a lot of big people that I respect are on those sides. Just a lot of people like Mizzou, a lot of people like USC, a lot of people like Colorado. So usually I get a little bit, we'll start getting nervous on them sides. But I think if we catch 2 out of 3, that's money in the bank.
Exactly.
We'll break them down, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it a little different today. Let's just go across and jump at your best bet that's up here for the show. I think I'll go ahead and start, and I'm gonna jump straight to the BYU bet. This BYU bet I really like the most. I think BYU is really underrated. The Brockmeyer kid over there is doing really, really good. He's a big guy. He's durable. I don't think the Big 12 has totally captured the the Mormon part of BYU, how they got a couple almost 30-year-olds on the team, and some of the aggression, playing against BYU for 4 quarters is difficult at times for some teams. And going into this Arizona game right here, the biggest one for me too is the coaching matchup in this one. I'm Brent Brenner out of the Mountain West. I'm a fan of Brent Brenner, but Brent Brenner, this is not really where he thrives. Second year here, he's doing okay thus far coming into this, but now he's going to play a coach that's a little level up on him and a team that's a little level up on him too. I'm not saying he don't got a chance, and I see why the line is at 2, but I don't see them coming out with the win even at home. I'm taking BYU -2, and that's one of my favorite ones on the biscuits and gravy. Big Ragu, let them have it. Or if y'all want to add something to it or whatever, that's on y'all. But if not, Big Ragu, it's on you.
I got absolutely no look on that game, my friend, unfortunately. But maybe Wine's got a little something. I don't have anything.
Yeah, it's funny. I was capping this game throughout the week, and there's a touchdown for University of South Florida. It's going to be 21-all going into the half. We cashed the North Texas team total first half. Got the full game over at 66. So hopefully we're on our way there. But as far as this game goes, guys, I am actually on the other side, boss. But this is one of the games that I kind of think I might be on the wrong side of when I moved on it last night. Then I was capping it with Jimmy today. And it seems like, BYU, they haven't really faced anyone yet this year. This is probably the best team they've faced. And that was just such a letdown spot against Iowa State. It was in AIM. So got to give them credit always. Iowa State's a good program, but I just think Arizona at home on a short number, they're not ranked, and yet they're a slight dog. I thought it was a little bit weird. We'll see what happens. I do like Brett Brennan, though. I think he's building something nice over there. Side note, he's actually in the top 5 list for the UCLA job that came out today in an article, which is I was surprised at. I don't think that he'll end up getting it, but something to think about. But yeah, I'm on the other side, but I think I might be on the wrong side.
Yeah, and I don't like Fafita. I know you like Fafita. I don't like Fafita.
Yeah.
He's one of those short. He's a
you know.
short guy that has to scramble to the left or the right to clearly see the field. Like he makes good plays when he's in the shamble. And this week I dialed in, so I watched film and everything. And yeah, I don't like Fafita versus the pass rush of BYU. Those dudes gonna lock him in and get him down. He's not gonna be as elusive as he is versus lower competition. But go for it, Big Ergu. On you.
Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I was muted. So my top play, because we're in agreement, so a lot of other plays. So outside of what we agree on, I'm going to get involved with the USC on the East Coast, University of South Carolina versus the LSU Tigers. This for me, it's a kind of play on both sides of the ball. I'm going to be fading. I'm going to be fading the LSU. I know the SEC is a tough place to win on the road, and I usually won't get involved in a team unless I feel confident they have an opportunity to maybe win the game outright, because I'm not a guy that is kind of hoping and praying, taking big numbers or huge numbers and trying to hang around at the end of the game, because we know how these games go in college. They can run them up big in late in the game. We can get like 3 scores in about 2 or 3 minutes in a college game. But I think Lenoris is starting to come around just a little bit on the offensive side with the Gamecocks. And I'm still waiting on Nussmeier to have a big breakout game, which I haven't seen the big numbers coming USC on the offensive side. I think the defense travels well for South Carolina here. And I think they keep it, under 2 scores. So I'm going to take, even though I believe it's a night game too in Baton Rouge, was a tough spot to play, but I think South Carolina can hang tough here. And I think the betting splits look pretty good in my favor. The ticket counts are a little short on the LSU side, and the bigger bets on South Carolina. So it's not one of my favorite bets, but it's the best bet that I have outside of what we agree on. So I'm going to roll with the Gamecocks taking, better than one score here. So plus the 9 on South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm with you. Big Ergu. This is another game I was looking over last night. I ended up moving on the 9.5 here. Broke it down with Jimmy today. I just think it's too many points. I think it's a really big buy low spot for South Carolina. Because you guys remember in the beginning of the season, people were saying this is a team that might compete for an SEC title. They took a couple rough losses. Lenoris got roughed up. I think it's a perfect get right spot. And Shane Beamer, I think we'll see what happens with South Carolina, guys. We know he can recruit. I mean, look what he's brought in. But at the same time, that Virginia Tech job is waiting for him over there. And if he doesn't win 8 games here in South Carolina, they might have to part ways. He might take that Virginia Tech job. So that'll be interesting to think about. But I just think it's too many points. I think South Carolina could potentially win this game outright. I think that Lenoris Sellers can play well. It is going to be a hostile environment, and LSU needs this win badly. Both programs need this win. I think South Carolina is going to give everything they can to at least stay within 10 points.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, these are the type of spots that I want to get behind, the South Carolina program with Beamer and stuff. When you're catching points, tough games, these are the games they usually step up for. It's usually the games when they're supposed to win that they don't, and the games that they, nobody's giving them a chance, they come back and shine. So I like the points here with you.
I think you're muted, boss.
And what's your favorite play on it, Wine? Go ahead, go straight into your play.
All right, you guys want to let's go to University of Southern California, University at the Coliseum out here in Southern California. We've got Lincoln Riley trouting out the troops. Maybe one last time here. We'll see. I don't think so, but there's a lot of talk about that. There's also been a lot of talk about that the last 2 or 3 years. Will be interesting to see what happens, but something that I have noted here, it's just they're getting their leader back on defense in Kamari Ramsey. He missed the Illinois game. He got food poisoning or something and was throwing up the entire morning. Couldn't end up getting out on the field that game. They had a bye week. I know he's going to get that defense at least a little bit right at home here. If you guys remember this matchup last year, it's on Michigan in Ann Arbor, and USC absolutely outplayed them and just blew the game away in the final quarter. Michigan just ran the ball. They figured we can run the ball and they're not going to stop us, and that's what they did. This is the most talented team Lincoln Riley has ever had. They're getting Jacoby Lane back at wide receiver. I do believe him and Mekhi Lemon are a top 3 to top 5 1-2 punch at the wide receiver position, all of college football. Both those guys are going to be playing on Sundays. Mekhi Lemon might be going in the first round in this year's draft. Shout out to my guy right out of Los Alamitos High School. Wayman Jordan, the running back from the JUCO level, came over from Hutchinson. This guy's been running the ball really well. He's going to have to work a little bit more on ball security, but I like everything I'm seeing. I think this defense is going to clean up a little bit. USC needs this win. They need it so bad for their program. It's a sellout crowd. Doesn't happen too often. It's going to be 77,000 strong there. A lot of Michigan fans, and Sharon Moore already talking that smack, saying the only reason it's sold out is because Michigan's going. It's going to be a fun game, and I just think USC has everything to play for in this spot. And the fact that Michigan is ranked, I think Michigan's a fraudulent ranked 15 team in the nation. Don't think that's where they should be, but we know the general public loves them. Give me USC. I think they easily win this game.
Nice. I got 2 questions for you on that. One is, why no one's talking about the revenge factor in this game? It was a 27-24 game last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's mentioned that at all. Like, could you, Big Ragu, could you? Why wouldn't they mention that? I mean, usually that's the first thing that comes out is, oh, well, last year it was this, but nobody's mentioning that it was a 27-24 game last year.
And USC completely dominated that game and lost in the fourth quarter. It was. I remember watching it because I was on Michigan, and it was wild to watch just them crumble it away. But that was kind of USC last year. I think they cleaned a lot of things up at the transfer portal.
Yeah, I mean the rivalry hasn't. I mean, this is like the Rose Bowl type game, right? And if you want to turn the clocks back a few years, but to your point, that's a great question, and I don't have the answer for you, but I know as things move forward in these matchups going, there's going to be a lot of, who won the last, revenge back and forth. But, like to what Wine was saying, this number here, like say short number, Underwood, I was against him the first week that he went on the road in Oklahoma, and we cashed that particular game, right? So this to me is now he's got a little more experience under his belt, but I just think more talent in the quarterback room, more talent in the wide receiver room, and on the USC side here, and the short number, there's going to be a lot of, they know the markets are going to kind of adjust themselves out here. But, if you look at the splits on here, they're pretty even. And I think the number is indicative of how the betting is in this particular market. So the books just stand pat on a 2.5. I think they're going to wait and play it out as far as, making adjustments on that. But there's a lot of two-way action on the game too. So it's a 50-50 split in my book, but there's more talent, more opportunity for USC to kind of put this thing away. And we're going to see how these Big Ten matchups play out, whether they kind of line up with the SEC, teams that are playing on the road and the travel spots too, But I think that's going to be something they adjust for down the road. But today, I'm with you guys. SC all the way here. Under a field goal at home, it's got to be worth at least 3 points in my book.
Yeah, and they're coming off a bye week, and I think that
bye week, that's big.
If they were, they have a lot of turnovers and a lot of just stupid mistakes, and a bye week is a chance for them to get that correct. This game right here, whoever loses this game is gonna knock the wind out of them in the Big Ten. So it's set up. USC coming out of bye, get a restart, a re-kick, tighten down on the penalties. If it wasn't for those penalties that USC get all the time, they'll be a 6, 7, 8 point favorite in this game. You know what I'm saying? But because of the penalties is the only reason the line is really low.
Well, they just got to take care of football. And early on when we talked about, the season coming up for USC, I had them kind of moving, like on a 10-1 season because they didn't have to play Penn State. They didn't have to play Ohio State. But I said one of the biggest games they're going to play was Michigan, and they're playing in their house. So I figured this is a must-win game for them too to move forward if they want to stay eligible for college football playoff. And if they win this game, they can pretty much I'm not going to say coast the rest of the way, but they're going to be in a good position to win out a lot of games the rest of the way. Easy 10-win season for them. They get by this spot.
Yeah, let's see if they get USC into the first college playoff ever for USC. Big shout out to Fat Wally becoming a member. Fat Wally, we truly appreciate it, man. You just won't believe how it goes a long way. And I guess I'll put up a little scenic view for you since we got a new member here. Where did this video go? Here we go.
Is Hard Rock under Caesars?
Hey, thank you, Fat Wally. But yeah, big shout out to our good friend Fat Wally. We actually met him out in San Antonio, man. He came out to the track with us and had a good time, and really appreciate the membership right there. Let's jump into the next one. USC for me, USC and Air Force in this one. I'm not sold on this Air Force team scoring these scores, and like I talked about last week, even though it went the other way. When those military teams play each other, it's just a different vibe, a different game. I don't see Air Force offense being that effective. You mean this Air Force offense went from shit to sugar in a couple games? No, I'm not totally there with that yet. But this UNLV team has put up points. I really should be on the over because they put up a lot of over. But I think USC and UNLV. I'm sorry, UNLV in this one might end up slowing the game down a little bit, but at home they really do like to cut up. So I can't go on the total, but I love the side 6.5. I think even if it becomes a scoring affair, UNLV outscores Air Force. I mean, Air Force offense is limited, and the passes that he was getting away on those other teams is not gonna. That UNLV team gets turnovers on defense as well, so they're gonna be jumpy at those little whack ass passes that some of those Air Force quarterbacks throw. So I think you got Dumb Mellon over there, so you got the coaching side of it too. It's just too many things point to UNLV. I think the 6.5 was really to try to scare us off the game for the books, but I'm gonna go ahead and lay the 6.5 and take UNLV. They win by 17.
Yeah, I think that line's moving up a little bit too at the same time. But the one thing UNLV has going for them is Air Force defense is pathetic. I mean, they couldn't stop anything. And that's why, that was part of our cap last week with the over in the Navy game, which cashed very easily in that regard. But I think UNLV, and they're undefeated right now. They're sitting at 5-0 with Mullen, first-year coach. So things are pointing up. All arrows pointing up for UNLV.
Nice. So what's your next favorite one, Big Ragu? Shout out to our guy Pops. Says he just marked these 7 beauties in the book we gave him. That's what's up. And Pop, he loves it. So it's signed, sealed, delivered if he says it.
All right. So we staying with biscuits and gravy, or we going?
Yeah. We haven't finished all of the picks. We still got the Florida pick. Are you on that one?
No, I'm not on that one. I'll let you guys break that one down. I'm staying off Florida teams right now.
Oh shit! Well, in the Florida game, despite popular belief, I'm not sold on Texas A&M either. And Billy Napier back against the wall has showed and improved right here. His team's fired up, and you're gonna give me points with him versus the Texas A&M team who struggles here and there. I mean, they can get down in the trenches a little bit, but I'm not totally sold on Mike Elko and Texas A&M. I like those points big time with the Gators. How about you, Why?
I'm with you. I'm on the Florida Gators. I got the plus 7.5. I think they can potentially beat A&M outright. Florida, it's kind of like what they did last season. Old Billy Napier just started off really bad, and then the second half of the season turned it around and really kept him his job going into this year. And DJ Lagway wasn't prepared going into the season. He was hurt during the fall camp, so he couldn't really get any reps. He's getting his footing under him. Again, they did face Texas, and Texas, I mean, going into last week, they were still supposedly going to be a good team, but we talked about it. We didn't think they were that good anyways. I like Florida here. I think they could maybe this is going to be the toughest team that A&M I think has faced so far, and they beat Notre Dame. So it's kind of crazy. And Mississippi State took care of business against Mississippi State. But it was also at Kyle Field. Mississippi State was a letdown spot coming off that overtime against Tennessee. With that being said, I think it's too many points. Give me Florida.
Yeah. Go for it.
For you guys. I had A&M last week. They both come off of big wins, a big cover for A&M, a big, turnaround outright win in the swamp for the Gators last week. And like I say, a little momentum has changed for the Gators here is big confidence boost going on the road. So, and then I don't know who A&M has on deck next week, but I mean, I definitely know they're not looking ahead. against the Gators. There's really no look ahead spots in the SEC regardless. But I like the little momentum carryover. So I would lean with you guys with the Gators, but I'm not on it officially.
But let's go back to Texas A&M Notre Dame. Notre Dame first game out with CJ Carr, they was limiting that guy. Both of the turnovers that CJ Carr threw that day were tip passes way high in the air that they got. And Notre Dame was still in that game the whole way. So I can't credit Texas A&M too much for that win. The Auburn win, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you the Auburn win. Mississippi State team, you talk about a team that was ranked to be the worst team in the league, first of all, and they should have covered, but they didn't. But yeah, I guess I hate to play with my heart, but I just don't feel Texas A&M is right there, and I think this is a big spot with a motivated Gators coming off a win, locked into Billy Napier's thing. They could win outright, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going. Tell me about this Colorado play, Wine Time.
Yeah, this is one of the games that's very rare. It's a straight up market play. I'm throwing the X's and O's out the window. Everything I see from the eye test, not just the eye test, the coaching standpoint, guys. This is a huge coaching mismatch right here with Matt Campbell against Dion. Iowa State has a way better staff. They have way better personnel. Colorado, it's in the elevation. Moose was telling me about it. This is a hard place to play. You guys could tell. I mean, Georgia Tech and TCU. TCU was actually in TCU, but they played Georgia Tech tough, and we know Georgia Tech is number 2 in the ACC right now. They're a pretty good program, and they played them tough in Colorado. And I think that Iowa State missing those 2 corners is still going to hurt them going into this week. The fact that Iowa State is barely a favorite against a bad Colorado team, it's from a market standpoint only. X and O's out the window. Give me Colorado. I took them +3 full game, and I took them +1 first half. You're muted, boss. Shout out to my guy Guns Picks in the building.
Guns. We need to start getting the little things for these people. Shout out to Guns. Appreciate your support. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and become a member. We sending out members picks on a daily. So we get it's a sample. We send those out to our members every day. So there are some benefits, Besides, we got a lot more stuff coming in the future. And you always know we have raffles and all kinds of contests and all kinds of stuff. We got plenty of merch. Me and Big Ragu, we got enough Who-Bangin gear to wear for 2 weeks.
A couple of weeks anyway. So let me give you a little breakdown on this game, short and sweet for me. So basically, if you're looking at the market perspective here, so tickets and money is coming ISU's way, but the numbers kind of stand pat. And I know a lot of sharp people that are on the Colorado side as a whole, and a lot of the media types are talking Colorado too. So that makes me a little nervous when everybody lines up one way, like I said in the beginning of the show. But like Wine was saying, with the corners out, and Salter's a good little quarterback, and Colorado has made some improvements on the defense, and they're playing at home. And you got a 5-1 team coming in against a lower ranked team, but probably a lower talent team. Not taking nothing away from Colorado. Don't hate right now, but the better side of football, coaching wise and organizational wise, is on the Iowa State side. So normally they would be the favorite in my book, but the market's telling here, and the market's telling on both sides, tickets, money, and just personnel wise, as far as which way this game is going to go. So put me on Colorado also. That's one of our contest plays, obviously. So we all kind of lined up in this spot.
There you go. And we lined up at one more spot, and that's our dear guy out of North Carolina. He is rolling with us.
Oh, come on!
Okay. Yes, he is all aboard. Everybody's on USC. I like it. And our guy told me to tell y'all publicly, he's 4-3 on the show, y'all. He's 4-3. This is
That's it.
gonna
Plus
be
money.
5-3 right here. So big shout out to our guy ATNC 33. Let's get down to business, fellas. Let's get down to these personal plays of ours. Let's keep it kind of short this week. And let's just roll through them. First up, we got this one right here: UCLA, Michigan State. Me and Weinstein are on different sides. I like Michigan State in this one. I think that Childs guy, and the backup plays pretty good too, but he's a hot and cold guy. He plays week 1 week and then he shows up. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type guy. And I think this is just a spot for him to win UCLA off a big win. Then they got the travel. Then they got the time factor of it too. So these guys playing early with travel against a Michigan State team that didn't play too bad of a game last week. They actually covered for me. And I'm going back with Michigan State this week, -7.5. My wine time's on the other side. Tell me how you got there.
Yeah, shout out to the Bruins, man. Biggest upset in 40 years. It's crazy to watch. It was my baby shower that day, and I was watching. I had it on in the house's living room, and I was going nuts during it. It was really cool to see. With that being said, yeah, they made a lot of coaching changes. Tim Skipper coming in here. This guy's a very likable guy. I mean, I remember talking about him when he took the Fresno State job as the interim head coach last year, that it was like his dream job because he went to Fresno State. This guy's just kind of brought a new energy and life into this program. And it kind of starts with the OC, Jerry Neuheisel. We talked about it a little bit last week. This kid's been around UCLA for a long time. In his post-game interview, he said, I love UCLA more than anything out there. He wants to do everything to win. But I get it. All the national media and attention is towards him. Tim Skipper, coach of the week. Jerry Neuheisel, offensive coordinator of the week. Nico, every award possible for an offensive player. He balled out. I get it. It's a letdown spot. But at the same time, this is a Michigan State team that at the beginning of the season I actually had below UCLA. And from a talent perspective, UCLA's got a lot more talent. And I'm going to say Nico is better than Aiden Childs. And Childs is really hit or miss. You touched on it. Very inconsistent throwing the ball downfield. 2 of those plays against USC were blown coverages on defense. It was pretty crazy that the guy with the corner went the wrong way and he was able to throw a deep ball and connect. I think Michigan State probably takes care of business and wins this game, but give me UCLA. I got +8.5. Tickets are coming in. Money's coming in on Michigan State. They're moving the line down. It's down to a 7.5 at a lot of places right now. I love when that happens. Nothing's guaranteed though. 9 a.m. start for the Bruins. You don't see this happen often. Going to the East Coast, it's a tough travel spot. I get all that. Maybe it's a homer bet, but at the same time, from everything I saw on the field, it wasn't a fluke of a game. They pretty much dominated from start to finish. So give me the Bruins +8.5, +7.5, whatever you get.
Oh my God. I watched the tape of that UCLA game because I didn't watch it live. UCLA got off to a lucky start and kept their foot on the pedal, but they let off the gas in the second half. They locked up and held out in that game. They were really supposed to lose that game.
Yeah, that block ball. I mean, they were 25-point dogs. They should never have been in it from start. I think the key for UCLA was, you mentioned it, getting ahead early. That was their first lead all season. They didn't know what it was like with the lead. And then obviously the onside kick. When does UCLA ever do something like that right after they score? I get it. Trust me, I get it.
Come on, man. Come on.
Jimmy Knowles, the highest paid DC out there, and he couldn't stop that UCLA.
He stopped them the second half. The majority of the whole second half, they didn't score nothing. They scored towards the end because they had to.
Well,
they had to score in order to win the game.
They started running. They missed a 56-yarder and went for it on 4th and 2 on Penn State's 35 and didn't get it. So.
That's good defense. That's called good defense. So I'm not even knocking Penn State. I'm not knocking Penn. It was a great win for UCLA.
Yeah, all the cards lined up from that day.
However you get there is how you get there. But I'm not going to carry that over into my bets.
I'm with Guns. I think a little bit of a hangover spot for these guys here. Big celebration.
It could be. It seems like it, yeah.
All the indicators are there. But, hey,
shout out to Wine, though. Wine stays behind the squad.
Right? You just got to cover.
Wine means what he says and says what he means. Okay?
Hey, we forgot to cover the Missouri game.
Oh, I thought we did that one first. We sure did. Go ahead. You want to get that one real quick?
Oh, it's simple for me. Simple, right? Listen, I'm Alabama's biggest fan right now because of with the situation with FSU. I'm done with these, the fan bets and all that bullshit. But anyways, listen, there's a spot here. This is a team, Missouri, the Tigers, that was one game away. Last year, I remember it was in Vegas around Breeders' Cup time. They played Georgia. If they beat Georgia that game, they go on to play for the SEC National or SEC Championship. They were undefeated at the time when they played Georgia. Guess what? Circle back now. We're back in the same spot. But Bama's got a few L's on the slate for them this year. But it's just as big a game for Missouri. Short number, right? Short number at home. Alabama coming off big win. Simpson's rolling hard right now. Why the short number in Columbia? Missouri's defense is legit, guys. They are legit as they come. And Satterfield's got these guys humming. I'm taking Missouri on the money line. Bye-bye, Bama. Bye-bye, FSU. Let's go.
Yeah, and don't forget the dual threat running game that Missouri has on offense too.
That's a well-oiled machine, Missouri. And I'm going to make a bet before the game kicks. I'm taking Missouri to win the SEC championship.
Woo! You heard it right here first. Timestamp the video right here.
Timestamp. You play it back when they play for the championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But next one up right here. This is not my game. I don't know whose it is, but go for it.
Yeah, that blue, man. Shout out to Kansas, man. This is a good program. I like everything that Leapoid's been doing. I like Zabrowski as the OC. This is a tough task, guys. Texas Tech. I mean, Lubbock's one of the toughest places to play in college football. These fans are going to be rocking and rolling. There's nothing to, everyone that lives in that city is going to be at this game because this is the best this football program has ever looked at this point. I would say all the NIL money coming in really paid off. Byron Morton playing at a high level as well, even though he's been kind of banged up, and the backup actually came in and torched Utah. But that was an impressive victory in itself, even though Dampier was hurt in that one. The fact that you go on the road and dominate like that, I get it. This Kansas team, though, I felt like was a dark horse to win the Big 12 this season. I just liked all the personnel they got. They grabbed Emmanuel Henderson from Bama, the wide receiver. They got Cam Pickett from Ball State, who's really explosive with the ball in his hands. And you also got LaShawn Williams, the transfer from Iowa that lost his job to Caleb Johnson last year, who's playing in the NFL now. I think Kansas, this is too many points. Give me plus 14 all day long. I don't think they upset them. Texas Tech is probably a little too talented, but this game's going to be a lot closer than I think a lot of people think. Give me Kansas plus 14.
I like it. And that Daniels guy, you can't never can't count that guy out. As long as he's healthy and got 2 feet in the arm, you better watch him. Let's jump to another.
Their wallets for the squad they got this year. Does it always pan out? Not really, but they're pretty good this year. They're pretty good.
Let's jump to one of I think this Big Ragu game right here. I got a little something to stay on that one too. This you right here, right, Big Ragu?
No, that ain't me. I'm off of this one, but we can talk about it for sure.
Let's go for. I'll lead on this one on whoever it is. So I'm kind of thinking at this point I'm not an advocate of injured players coming back and all that good stuff. Materia is coming back supposedly. I mean, the guy has surgery on his hand. He's 12 days out or something like that. That's just that's too much. This is the Red River rivalry right here. This is a perfect spot for Texas to try to say that they're not as bad as the world thinks, because everybody is like Archie Manning is name only right now. They should have kept 20 years for another year or something. So this is a spot right here. Look at the line. The line is telling you that they possibly the defense alone and the running game alone of Texas can get past Oklahoma, especially with Materia not at 100%. No way he comes back off of surgery in that 100 on his throwing hand, a surgery on his throwing hand, and he's coming in. And you think he's gonna beat Texas defense? That sounds a little off to me, but a lot of people like to play, but I'm off.
Yeah, I stood away totally from this game because of the unknown. But then the line kind of, like you said, the line's telling here, like if Materia's playing and he's healthy, they'd probably be like a 3.5, 4-point favorite in this spot as a whole. But I mean, but it's not a vote of confidence for me. Texas only laying 1.5. I can tell you that just looking at that number. So, I still think Oklahoma's live. And even if Oklahoma walks away with this game, what's that going to say about Texas? Where they at as a program right now if Oklahoma beats them without Materia?
Yeah, I ended up staying away from this game too, guys. It's a fishy line because Mateer is expected to play. It's like, why is Oklahoma not a bigger favorite? Texas isn't good. From a market standpoint alone, it's Texas. I'm not going to move on it, though. Didn't end up playing this game. It's too much at risk here. I want nothing to do with this one.
I agree.
You're muted, boss.
I think this one right here, you guys are on opposite sides, right? Arizona State, Utah. Both got this game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm on Utah, guys. Sam Levitt got ruled out, or he's doubtful. That was a big. I mean, that was huge because I got in at the -5.5. It's up to a 9.5 at some spots right now. This total's going down, expecting a lot of rain. They do have Sims, who I think was the quarterback at Georgia Tech 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty talented kid out there. So, and we know Kenny Dillingham is always going to come up with a good game plan. You guys know me; I'm always on ASU, but I think this is going to be a very hostile environment. It's I think an 8:30 start time, local time for Utah. These fans are going to be partying all day long. It's rare to have night games in Salt Lake City, and they did it for a reason, I think, because it's going to give them such a home field advantage. ASU is probably the better team on paper, but without Sam Levitt, maybe some questions. It was kind of weird that he got ruled out. I didn't even know that he was on the injury report. So that's interesting for sure, but I'm on Utah. But
I'm off of this with the injury. I got off it because I was looking at a 5.5. Now the thing's at 8.5. So
and I can't give out the 8.5 to you guys because I wouldn't take the 8.5. I got the 5.5. It's 3 points difference now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I like the Utah play too, especially at 5.5. That game with Dampier when they lost that big game, Dampier was injured. I knew when I was watching the game that I said he's not moving right. Like they were doing quarterback run, and he was like tiptoeing into the gaps and all that kind of stuff. I knew something wasn't right, and they said that Willingham should have set that guy. He was really injured, and he played him that game. But once he healed up, he looks good again. So I think they definitely could get past the 8.5, especially with the quarterback roles over on Arizona State. I mean, Arizona, as we seen last night with Scatterboo, Arizona State missed that guy. They had to miss that guy because that guy is doing awesome, ramming his whole body into grown human beings and acting like he's trying to get an injury the way he's playing out there. But next one, I don't know, TCU and Kansas State. Anybody on this one?
No, not mine.
I am, I don't like this game too much anymore. I'm on Kansas State in this spot. I think Kansas State started off really bad, and they're playing. They're heading in the right direction. I like Cleatless Joe Jackson out there as well at the running back position. Him and Dylan Edwards, a good 1-2 punch over there. It's just Avery Johnson for me, man. This guy is just. I don't like trusting this guy at all. But at the same time, I think the time to win is now for this program, especially being at home. TCU is not that good of a team. I think they're really good offensively. But if Kansas State runs the ball with these two guys, slows this game down, what ASU did to beat TCU, that's their ticket to victory here. Not as confident as I was place this bet Tuesday, but I'm on Kansas State plus 1.5.
There you go. Bet those games early in the week. Here's another one for me. I don't know how you guys think about this, but we did good with Iowa a little bit too. Early in. Oh, you on this one too? So I like. I'm not a good fan of Gronkowski and what they're trying to do, passing the ball with Iowa. You can't play Iowa defense having offensive woes like Wisconsin's been having. I mean, Wisconsin may have D to compete with Iowa. They've done it for years, but Iowa could not throw the ball at all and beat Wisconsin in this game. So I like Iowa in this one. I'm hoping another quarterback comes in because I don't really care for the quarterback that they got. And even though they paid him all that money and they're trying to throw the ball more and be able to go downfield, which all sound good, but we haven't really seen a true picture of that this season. I'm ready for Iowa to get back to Iowa football. Let's get a 13-3 game out of this one with Iowa. I like Iowa.
The problem with Gronkowski is not that he can't. I mean, it's a little lower level play, but like he's thrown like average almost 2 interceptions a game. And like you said, they brought him over here to pay him that money, and then Hank Brown, he's only thrown like 5 for 13 at 48 yards. So we're back to the offensive woes for Iowa when they're scoring 10 points a game. But I still think Wisconsin is not in a really good spot, regardless, however you look at it. So the Iowa defense can score, on this Wisconsin squad here. So, and then here we go again. We're looking at another Iowa 3-point game, right, with a low number. So, when they got rid of Kirk Son as the OC, I was very happy. So I said, we made some money on Iowa team total overs, with small numbers like low 20s. Well, here we go again. We're looking at a 37 and a half number. And I think the Iowa side is sitting like right about 19 points. So I'm gonna gamble a little bit here. It's not my best play today, but I'm not sure about the number as a whole for the total, but I still think Iowa can get north of 20 here. So I'm going to take the Iowa over 19 and a half on the team total.
I like it. I'm on a teaser. I took Iowa plus 2.5 in the under 42. I think this game's going to be 13-10 final. Whoever wins, I think Iowa pulls this out, but this is going to be old school, run the ball. I mean, but Wisconsin's top 5 against the run this year, so that's going to be interesting to see because Gronowski will not. I don't think he will be playing in this one, which is why this is a short line. He didn't practice at all last week on their bye week. This week, he's been kind of throwing the football around, but I don't think he's going to be good to go. It's going to be a very low-scoring game. I wish I got in earlier on the under 37.5. I think we're seeing 35.5s now.
Yeah, I was reading some articles on Ferenc. He said that he looked like he was pretty good, but he didn't give the all go on it. But he said, one day at a time type stuff. But
I was watching that. I watch Kirk's press conference every single week because he's very honest with the media, which I appreciate. And I saw in the comments they're like, how many times did he dodge the question if he's actually going to play or not? And I was like, yeah. Like,
he said, so far so good. I've seen it too. He's okay. He said it's been encouraging. They just, they talk out of both sides, not both sides of his mouth, but he's not giving the tells out yet. So we'll find out tomorrow, one way or the other.
Big Ragu, I don't know. That's all of the picks, but I missed your pick. I know you got a pick on the Oregon game, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna take these down and we could just go freestyle because I don't know what happened to my layouts for the Oregon. I thought it was in here, but Oregon game right here, big one.
7 points. Oregon playing in Eugene against a red hot. This is like a number 3 and 7 matchup. Top 10 matchup here. Probably the top play. Top matchup of the day. Ranking wise. And here we go again. Zignetti. He's very good at beating up on people, but when he faces the top tier opponents, that's where he kind of hits the wall. And Lanning, he's in one mode right now. He's taking on all comers at all costs. The game's in Eugene. I like what the quarterback's doing there. I like what the defense has got going on. And this is definitely a spot that they've had circled on their calendar for a little bit. It's just like, to me, it's a little brother, big brother game, not taking nothing away from Indiana, what they do. And when Signetti's got going, there was a lot of question marks going forward, with the offense, and he's just kind of kept this train rolling. But, in these particular spots, when he matches up with top tier competition, I think it stays close in the first half, and I think Oregon duck walks this team in the second half. So I think late a touchdown, no more than a touchdown. I think they get 2 scores. I cap it out like 12 and a half, 13 points here. So I'm on Oregon. I'm laying the wood here.
I like it. Big shout out to our guy, Dabby Cap and Nunya and Mr. Potato, Mr. Tomatoes is up in here. And of course, our guy Guns was in here. We had a whole bunch of people in here.
Ask about the total. Let's see what I got for the total.
Flap says, does the total go over in the I don't know. Well, I like Oregon too, but I really like big shout out to our guy Comes with the $5 dono smash spot. Arizona State is starting Jeff Sims, particularly the worst quarterback ever. Laid his eyes on him. He's a turnover machine. Lay it with Utah defense.
53 and a half. Yeah, I cap it around 60 points. Fat. So you got about a touchdown to the good if the number stays the same on the total for the over for me. 1 touchdown differential to get over.
But I like Oregon too. I like Oregon in a little exotic on the money line. maybe. I got a little 4 or 5 teamer or something going with some exotic stuff. I think they get there for sure. They just so fast. The running games, Landing is doing like 2025 type coaching with as far as his play calling and his the way he does the stunts. I mean, the way that he runs the ball, you should see the gaps and the lanes that these dudes open up, and it's a whole movement to it that because these guys are not like super huge that they just moving. They like it's weird, but it works really really good, and he's so fast. And I told him that me and Wine talked Dante Moore. Remember we talked Dante Moore early in the season, and you was like, I don't know, boss. I don't think he got it this year. I was like, man, you turned me on to that dude when he was at UCLA and came. He sat down for a year and watched somebody else, and now came in and he's doing a good job.
Look at Fernando, what he's going to do in this game. I mean, you got 2 Heisman, potential Heisman quarterbacks in this spot here. So it's going to be a showcase game for both of these kids. And then, like I say, I like the Oregon side a little bit better just because of the coaching factors, and the history with Cignetti. But like I say, he's put together a hell of a program. He knows what he's doing over in Indiana. Just a little step up in class here. Not to take nothing away from him, but I just hope for a good game either way. You don't want to see like a lopsided game here. You want to see a lot of up and down. Just make it exciting, like it should be.
Yeah. So let's last game of the show. Let's talk about this good old bum fight that you like.
Oh, shit. Fun. Yeah. Where's my friggin' notes on this one? This one here, this is strictly a math equation game that doesn't make any sense when you look at it on paper. But then when you look at it, you're like, you know what? And then the funny thing was, when I looked at it early in the week, I heard somebody talking about it today, and the line on this game has kind of flown on the total side. So it was UL Monroe and Coastal Carolina, 2 lower teams. Coastal, like DJ and I were talking off camera, they've got like they're like a real bottom feeder this year. I mean, that was a great program for years, where they've always competed. They've had a lot of good. In the Sun Belt, Fun Belt, they were always like one of the top 3 teams or top 2 teams with Appalachian State. They've kind of fallen off the mark a little bit. And UL Monroe, the Warhawks, they've always been consistently on the bottom feeder. So these are 2 teams defensively that couldn't stop your mother from running up and down the field. And then, but the big difference here is that I'm going to say that Monroe's offense is built a little bit better than Coastal, but on the defensive side, they're a little bit better than Coastal also. So I give the nod to Monroe on the side here. Let me look at my numbers because you don't have them up here. So let me see what I got for the side and the total here. I'm gonna pull that up here in 1 second, guys. So basically, this is a game that opened up at 43 points, 43 and a half. When we're talking about it this morning, it had jumped up to 45 and a half, 46. Now it's very close to like 47 and a half. So I bet it early in the week, like on Tuesday. I took the over 43 and a half. This thing, I capped it out about 10 points to the over. I think you're good up to like 53 points in this spot here. And I think right now, like it's sitting at like 47, 46, something like that. So I like the over here, even though they're 2 shitty teams. It's our classic bum fight play. When you get 2 shitty teams together, turnovers, hijinks happen, and you're not going to see like a 13-10 here. You'll probably see like a 20. I see like a high to mid 20s on both sides. Like a 20, I could see like a 28-24 or like a 27 to 24 type game here. So I think this game eclipsed 50 points. It's like I say, it's sitting at, it went from the low 40s to like the mid to high 40s now. So this is strictly a math equation game for me on my spreadsheet. And there's some sharp people that are on it just moving the number up too. So I kind of felt good about it. Probably some people thinking the same way I am on here. So something my best play today, but I like it. I like the total over the total here.
It's been my tradition to take the home bum in the bum fight. So I probably would take Coastal Carolina blindly.
Yeah.
But Coastal Carolina ranks as one of the worst teams in college football. So I could see UM Monroe having their way with it.
In actuality, for the side is Coastal, with the numbers. But this is when you look at it on paper, you're like, you know what? Everything, all the categories line up for Monroe, but that's what didn't make sense to me. But then again, it's you look at player injuries and which I don't know a lot of the talent level. I'm not going to try to BS nobody with that, but this is like I say, this is strictly a math play for me on the total.
Nice. Well, that's pretty much it for the show today. We did a good job, guys. We are well under an hour. That's great. We don't want to save everybody because this show is probably going to be on replay and y'all going to be waiting to see the games. So we got it all ready for you, man. Big shout out to our chat, though, man. Chad was walking and talking today, man. I couldn't jump into those. Moose came out of nowhere and talked about a squirrel from Cleveland that ain't in the playoffs while my man Ix in baseball. And my man Gun Pig said, this was a funny one. He stormed the backyard harder on a big ND win than those UCLA students. Oh, man. That's all right, man. I'll be over there at UCLA after the game at those DD Reese cookies.
Put what Con said about the game I just talked
Yes,
about.
boss. Yes. Those are good. They got them at Angel Stadium too, boss.
They got DD Reese at Angel Stadium?
Yeah, right out. They've got a vendor right there.
Oh, man, that's one of my favorite. And I discovered they got a little hibachi spot on the side, man. Hibachi is good, and DD Reese is good too. Over there in
OG Wham like UL Monroe.
OG Wham likes you, Belmo. He's in the chat. He says hit the light. But yeah, man, I love the
money line. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on UL Monroe this week.
Let's go. They playing the worst team in college football.
Let's burn some units up on UL Monroe.
It won't hurt at all. Trust me,
guys. We're we're a touchdown away from hitting this over in the South Florida, North Texas.
South Florida's legit, man. They run that tempo offense, man. They're made for overs, that team.
And
man.
It's 10 minutes left in the third quarter. This is crazy.
Let the books keep hanging that stupid number out there with them.
Well, guys, I mean, if they go to the American Conference and win it, they're going to the college football playoff 100%, I think.
So who is y'all favorite before we go? Just got to ask this question.
USC.
Non-power 4 team to make the playoffs.
Oh, that's easy.
What's that?
I got South Florida.
Beale Street.
I like Memphis too.
Yeah, man.
Memphis. Okay.
South Florida and UNLV is probably what is it? UNLV? I think UNLV is in.
Well, I mean,
how many are you gonna let in? Probably 2.
1 or 2.
I'm gonna think. Yeah, maybe 2. I want to see one team from the American because this conference is pretty loaded, and USF has had a tough schedule.
They had 2 big wins, right?
Yeah, and Memphis, and they beat Boise and they beat Florida, and Memphis biggest win. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Arkansas, and give them credit because they hung I think 34 on that game, and they were behind most of the game and ended up winning. I think on the last drive of the game. So
I think I'm gonna go with Beale Street
right now.
So Memphis and USF so far, those are the 2 teams. You guys think maybe Tulane, if they win out and win the American, they have a shot because they have they have a win against Duke and Northwestern, but they have a loss to Ole Miss.
Yeah, I don't think I think they have to go undefeated.
Yeah, well, they have to win out. I think all these teams are gonna have to win out.
The one win is gonna put a big question mark on them.
Yeah.
And
coaching the team, I say maybe.
And my man Naya says, "What is a power 4? It's the opposite of a power 5, and it's
it's power 5 -1.
Big 10, Big 12, ACC, SEC. None yet. It used to be the power 5. I still call it the power 5 sometimes, but the Pac-12 is no longer in existence. So.
For this year, because Pac-12 is coming back next year.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
And that's why a lot of questions we had on San Diego State in the chat. Yeah, I like San Diego State, man. They're playing good. They're
in the Mountain West right now.
Yeah, they're showcasing themselves for the Pac-12.
There's 2 good teams. There's 2 or 3 really good teams out there. UNLV, San Diego State, Fresno State. Playing some ball.
Fresno State getting thumped on right now, 21-7.
Are they?
Oh, wow. I'm on Colorado State. Let's go.
Oh, If you want to become a member, AT, there should be like a buddy sign or something in the bottom right corner. And
Yeah, he asked me about that today.
and it takes you from there. But we appreciate you anyway. Our guy AT33 is 4-3 on the show. We're all on USC this week. Let's cash some tickets. Y'all go see my man Wine Time early in the morning on PSR with Dabby Cap, with Kong Clips, and a bunch of our friends. And Big Ragu, what you got going? You on the NFL thing with Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Pub Hub Sunday. I was week 1. I mucked it up pretty good that week, so I'm gonna make amends and try to get in the positive side of things. I'm firing away, coming in with guns loaded, no pun intended.
You're not the clear leader as usual?
Nah, shit, no.
Oh man, well, you'll get there. We got a lot of weeks.
Let me tell you something about the NFL. Tell me who wins this week, and I'll give you the loser next week, and I'll give you the winner the following week, and I'll give you the loser next week, and give you the winner again.
That's how it's been going. Hey, me and my man Don Ricci, we're in a huge money line pick 7 that it's up for $13,000 this week.
Oh wow!
And we got 3 tickets.
Keeps rolling over, huh?
Yeah, it rolled over last week, so we're looking good this week.
So how's it work? You got to pick all 7 to cash out?
All 7 and hit the tiebreaker if somebody tied with you. So each week somebody has to get all 7. And we went 6-1 twice already.
What does that tell you right there?
NFL is
straight up. That's without the spread, right? That's just picking winners.
That's just
right?
straight up, yeah, just picking winners. Yeah, it's a lot of people probably already messed up for Philadelphia yesterday.
Oh yeah.
But me and Dom said, nah, we're not gonna lose a ticket on Thursday.
I'm telling you, man.
We're gonna play it out. But yeah, y'all wish us luck in that, man, because we sure could use it for the channel. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of there. Anything else y'all want to say to the folks?
No, we want to thank everybody for showing up like they do week in, week out, and keep coming back, keep getting our picks, and hopefully you get a little something out of them. And if you don't, that's your problem. If you do, congratulations.
Well, Wine, you gotta lead us out. This is some new social media stuff. You gotta lead us out with some kind words for the people, Wine.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Nunya.
Let me get the move for you.
There we go. Got that nice music going on. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Nunya, OG Wham, everyone that's been showing out, guys. We appreciate the support here. Love talking college football with my guy Big Ragu and DJ Big Boss always. But we're gonna go 7-0 this weekend on these picks. You guys better believe that. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's you those bookmakers, guys. Let's go.
Let's go. And that's it for us, and we are out of here.
The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.